Okay, let me tell you how I got this thing cut out of my back a couple of years ago. But before we can get to that point, buddy, shh, I'm recording.
A few moments later.
But before we can get to that point, I have to give you the backstory. So, sometime between 2017 or so, I began my transformative journey. I've always been healthy. I've always ate what I thought to be clean, but it was really when I started to explore the world of nutrition in my undergrad studies. My eyes just began to open wider and wider. So I got this basic nutrition class that I took in undergrad. My degree was in exercise science, but that nutrition class kind of sparked it off for me. I began to just dive like things outside of the topics. I began to just look into it. I'm like, okay, I probably shouldn't be eating this, and I probably shouldn't be eating this, and okay, I thought that I had been eating healthy, but I hadn't really been eating healthy, right? So from there, I just started cutting stuff out, cutting foods out, especially after watching the documentary What the Health, which I know it was propaganda. I know, but there are truth. You can do the fact check. There's truth in it, and it's one of those films that they shed light on things and then they get shut down because they're promoting whatever type of lifestyle, a type of diet, a type of product. But there's truth in the pudding. There's truth, which we're gonna get to that another time. But I began that journey around 2017, 2016 ish. I just started cutting stuff out. It was around 2020, no, 2019, 2018. I had just about graduated college and I was vegan. I plant based. I stopped eating meat altogether. Seafood was the last thing to go. I'm from Arkansas, really big on seafood. I love fish, and I've ate just about everything that walks, crawls, flies, swims. So I just cold turkey quit all of that. Seafood was the last thing to go. I think I was having fish like sparingly every now and then just because I had bought like a big frozen pack and I would eat it and just not to be wasteful. But one day I was like, that's it. I'm throwing all this away. I cleaned out a whole pantry. I'm like, get all this processed stuff out of here. I wasn't aching. I wasn't in any pain. I didn't have any health conditions. I'm like, I could do better. So I'm taking all canned goods, stuff like that. I kept a couple of things like for emergency, but if it was like super processed, I was getting it out of there. Meats, threw all that stuff out. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to take control of my health 100%. So I started, and I'm not a fan of the diet type. I believe that diet is not a challenge, it's not restriction, it's not this game. I just believe that diet are the things that you eat to nourish your body, right? So I began the vegan diet, right? So I began to start eating these vegan products and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, okay, this is healthy, but in actuality, those things weren't so healthy. So now we're gonna get to the good stuff, the thing that got cut out of me. So I can't pinpoint the time just because I was like always moving. I'm a hustler. I was moving. I can't pinpoint the exact time, but from 2020 to about 2022, I developed a lipoma on the left side of my neck, on the back, not too close to my spinal cord, um, just above the spinous process that sticks out when you put your head down. You can feel it to the left of it. So I started developing that, and at the time I thought it was just a spider bite or a bug bite, and I'm like, okay, it's swelling. That's just normal. That's what happens, right? It followed me, and I noticed that it was still there, and so I really got to scratching my head. I'm like, what is this? I don't get sick. It followed me, and I really started to scratch my head because I'm like, what is this? I don't get sick. I don't. That's not me. I'm super super healthy. I was exercising. I still do exercising. I'm super healthy. I'm taking walks. Super active.